Okay, so today we are going to be adding pattern and color to your animal, your Jaguar. And I have these little pamphlets if you want to use these for adding some different patterns. Or you can just have organic shapes. So like a real Jaguar's body has, you know, all these dots and spots on it. So it could be a little bit more realistic in the patterns, or just some really cool shapes. So you don't have to use these from this little page, but they're here for you. You can make up your own. But what I'm looking for is symmetry. So what you do on one side, you're going to do on the other. Does it have to be exact? No. You get the idea. Like the dots are not exactly the same on both of these ears in the same spot, but there are dots. Okay, so I just try to do that. I can probably add some more here and along the tail. And then if you want to draw with pencil first, you can. If you want to go straight to the Sharpie, that's fine too. Okay, so let's pretend that I have everything finished and drawn. I've erased all my pencil lines. Now I'm ready for the markers. So you guys obviously have used markers before, so it's not the first time you've used them, but a couple little things I'm just going to remind you about, because some of us still really rush through the markers. If you're using a small area, you want to use the tip. So you don't need to press hard. These are brand new markers. And I'm just going to go around just this part with the tip of the marker. And then always make sure you hear that click. When you go on the outside area, you can use more of the broad line, okay? So you can get a thicker edge here. And I always like to kind of outline it first and then color it in. So you wanna make sure you just take your time. We're not in a race to see who finishes this first. We wanna make sure that we're taking our time when coloring. And then click. If you have a really, really large area, I would suggest kind of outlining it with the broad tip first. And you'll notice I'm choosing colors I think are really pretty. I'm not worried about colors that are natural, but you can make yours more of a natural color of the Jaguar. That's fine too. I like to kind of outline, and I'm kind of continuing the symmetry with my color as well. And then I'm going to use the ladder technique and just kind of color a little section at a time, okay? And this keeps you from doing any kind of scribbling or erasing, because if you scribble like that, it just isn't gonna look as bold. So we want that color to be nice and bold. Color that in. And then you can even, after you color it, you can take the same color or a different color, and you can add stripes or designs on top, and it's gonna be really subtle, but you will be able to see that there are some stripes on top of here. Now, if I didn't want it to be as subtle, I wanted it to be more dramatic, then I would choose maybe a different color. So don't forget, you can layer your marker on top of each other. Oops, and I went over that. Okay, and then always make sure you snapping it shut so you don't damage the marker. So you're going to color the whole Jaguar. I'm okay with like obvious white areas, like the whites of the eyes, or maybe you have a flower and you want part of it to be white. That's totally fine. I just want you to keep in mind, if you start coloring an area, commit to the color, okay? Don't just scribble it. Just really take your time and on your coloring. That's what we'll be working on today, finishing your designs and patterns with Sharpie, trying to keep things symmetrical, and if you want to have it the patterns, you can, or you can have something completely organic from nature, that's fine too. And then take your time with coloring, whether they're vibrant colors that are just from your imagination or more of a realistic color.